Hey guys, Rodney Walker here, Grant Center USA, Get Funded with Rodney. I want to answer the question for you, what can you do with a grant writing certification? A lot of people are interested in learning the skill, and some are even interested in going to the next level and really taking the information and becoming certified by doing a grant writing certification. If you haven't had an opportunity to go through some of my other videos, just go and check them out. Look for grant writing certification. But for now, I want to talk to you about what can you do with one. Once you get it, how do you really maximize it for your advantage? And that's what I want to talk to you about. First, there are a number of ways that you can use the skill. And the skill is a very valuable and it's a very marketable skill. But some of the ways that you can use it, well, let me show you. The first thing that I would say, you can use it in terms of marketing yourself to get well, let me tell you one way. I just recently heard, I had one young lady who actually used it to get a job promotion because they had certain requirements for continuous learning, and she was able to take the knowledge and let them know, hey, I got a new piece of knowledge and insight. So now she just became more valuable to that company, and they rewarded her for it. They gave her a raise. Another thing that you can do with a grant writing certification is you can actually break into this field, which is real strong in the nonprofit sector and it's really strong in governmental agencies, because whether you know this or not, a lot of governmental agencies, they rely on grant funding. You may be surprised to know that a lot of our police stations get grant funding for equipment. A lot of our fire departments and EMS, they are dependent upon some of the funds that come through grants to get new equipment, to get new fire trucks and safety equipment and things of that nature. So you make yourself marketable in that light, and you're able to help organizations in regards to taking that skill and transferring that skill and actually turning that skill into money for them. So what else can you do with this skill? Once you have this skill and once you are certified, you can also use it to be able to do things such as develop proposals for individuals that are connected with a nonprofit agency that maybe have a program. And let me clarify when I say individuals, not like a person that's just trying to get a grant for themselves, but more so individual organizations that are seeking funds for some of the work that they're doing. When you learn how to do this, it opens up the door for that as well. It opens up the door for you to be able to do things such as grants research, like when you research the grant opportunities that exist, because once you learn how to do grant development, a strong part of it involves research. And so when you can research and tell a prospective client that you have the abilities to research funders that would be likely to give money to them, that becomes extremely attractive, and it's another way that you can use a certification. You can actually use a certification if you like, much like I have, to teach, and I do a lot of training, and I help organizations and individuals to learn, hey, what does it mean to do grant writing, and how do you go about doing it? So another arm of it is actually teaching, training, and maybe helping different organizations. For instance, I have a person who has a niche interest within a set population within the art community. So she started taking the knowledge, her certification, and went and started helping other artists to learn, and would do workshops and would do teaching and do training to help that specific population. I had another person who was in the faith community, and she wanted to take that knowledge, and she did that in the faith community. And I know of other people that have taken it to schools and taken it to hospitals. It goes on and on, okay? Because these agencies need funding. So you can use a grant writing certification to teach and train. I've done some of that in an online capacity. I've also done some of that in the form of workshops, live workshops where people paid to come to a live event. And I've also done it through webinar trainings and online trainings. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use the skill. any type of certification is really going to be what you make of it and what you choose to do with it. So you can get the skill, you can get the knowledge, you can get a grant writing certification and do nothing with it, which I wouldn't recommend, or you could take it and do what the vast majority of people do with it, which is to learn the skill and start writing grant proposals that actually get funded. So those are just a few quick ways, my friend, that you can use the skill. I don't know how you're planning on doing it, but those are just a few of the ways. Trust me, there are more ways than that you could use it. And if you have some, won't you let me know below some other ways that you've seen people use it. And if you have any questions or comment, leave them below. But remember, I want you, with all your dealings, to be brave, to be bold, and to be brilliant. Remember, take charge.